All right. What is up, party people? It is Phil Nagy. It is Kit Nagy. We are Nagy on Sports. Excited to bring this to you. A little custom uniform here with the brown and the brown, but the white numerals so I can actually see the players' numbers. I'm not sure if this is even an actual or real jersey combination, but on Nagy on Sports it is. Appreciate you being on. It's a Friday afternoon. We're almost done here with our little sneaky 2023 sim season here. Yes, the new game is en route. Yes, it's not here, or no, it's not here yet. We'll get to it soon. Kit, how are we doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Excited for this one after the disappointment from the Ravens matchup we just witnessed earlier today, but certainly hope the Browns will come out on defense and play a little bit more solidly, especially to close out a game, and then certainly want the offense to be a little bit more explosive with DW4 obviously shaking off some rust in his return.
Yeah, maybe. Welcome in, Mitchell. How are we doing? Kit, I figured out the other night that we have a John Mitchell and a John Marshall.
I noticed that on this last.
And their icons are very similarly colored,
Yeah.
and I kept confusing them. So to make it easier, Mitchell says he likes to go by his last name. So welcome on, Mitchell. We're glad that you're here.
We'll do that from now on, because I noticed the very same thing just for the first time in this last stream. I'm like, wait a second, I thought I welcomed John already, but it was the other John.
The other John, yes. I guess when you get above 840 subscribers, you might have a couple with the same name, perhaps.
That's right.
All right, pitch to the right side. First touch of the day, and that's James Robinson, and he'll get tripped up by the Browns defense. Jaguars, hey.
Guessing that's Ginny that needed to be put in her place there. So, while we're working on dog technical issues. Oh, go ahead.
Dog issues, yeah. Sorry, I realized I hadn't muted my mic before I yelled at the puppies. 3rd and inches here coming up for James Robinson. And the 4 and 9, I think they are.
Yeah, something like that.
4 and 8, something like that, Jaguars. And the Browns, of course, 7 and 6. Tied with the Ravens. They're going to back this up 5 yards before they try their 3rd down. We're in the thick of the playoff race here, folks. As currently constituted, much like the NFC South was last year, the Browns are currently the one lone AFC North team not in the playoffs. Well, all 3 of the other teams are currently in. They are tied with the Ravens at 7 and 6. So that game mattered a lot. And every game still does if you want to continue to get into the playoffs. Okay, now we're here. We're good to go. 2nd and 5. They got a little first down on a little out route. Trevor Lawrence has popped as a superstar. We can see that. Little run to the left side. Taki will bring him down, but a first down again for James Robinson. And we know he is talented when healthy. Be interesting to see how the Jags look under Doug Peterson. Yeah,
I'm interested in that too. Obviously, we saw a little bit of that in the preseason, but that's hardly what we should expect from them, mid-regular season or anything.
Sure.
But they certainly do have some playmakers, and I think Lawrence can be good if he's well coached and put it all together. And I think they do have an opportunity to be significantly better than they were last year.
Indeed. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go Travis Etienne and Clowney and Greg Newsome, JOK, there to knock him down. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Clowney's been really solid, feels like, in the last 4 or 5 weeks of these sims, specifically in the run defense.
Yeah, he really has, and that is his calling card. But he's also been good in the pass rush, and we've seen some nice sacks out of him. We had one earlier in this last game that was quite impressive from him. Coming around the edge, and now it's also set up by Lamar kind of dancing in the pocket. But
So the Browns are going to get a stop on that 3rd down. How about Grant Delpit filling the hole? Travis Etienne tried to get that first down. He could not. Punt goes out of bounds at the 24. Not a great punt.
No.
And our first chance to see the Browns offense. Again, Deshaun Watson back. There's a look at what he did in his one singular game back. Not a great performance. 239, 2 touchdowns. And his obligatory 1 interception per game.
Right, of course.
Which, as he is wont to do. All right, back under the pocket, Ethan Pacic. Again, for those who aren't on our Discord chat part of the page, as he's going to roll left off the boot and then fire it back across to kind of had an open receiver, but that was a tough ask to get Harrison Bryant the football. I did ask our buddy Hayden Grove up there in Cleveland, who goes all the Browns practices, to watch Pacic against Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis today, as he'll dump it quickly to Njoku, and Njoku will actually maybe gain 0 yards, 3rd and 10. Well, so we'll keep an eye on that, because somebody had asked, and I thought it was a great question, and I would like to know the answer too.
Right, it is a good question. The good news with Pacic is he's got a lot of starting reps. He has played as a starting center in this league, so he's got the experience certainly, and hopefully that'll translate for us. Here now that he is pressed into the starting role, but I think they loved what they had in Nick Harris, which is why he was the presumptive starter going into the season. And obviously now that he's out with the injury, then Pacic, having been the starter elsewhere, certainly comes in to fill that role. Hey, George, welcome in. Go Browns.
Little pop pass. That's Christian Kirk across the middle, and they're going to get him behind the line. Way to go there, Browns swarming. The Warden was over there. Delpit was over there. JOK was over there. And that'll go as a 3-yard loss on the completion to Christian Kirk. And hey, George.
Yep, just stringing him out here to the sideline nicely to allow the pursuit to catch up. That was well done by the defense.
2nd down and 13 now. Give to Robbins. He's got a big hole to the left side. You saw JOK got blown off the spot. He was the closest to the gap. Well blocked there, and that 2nd and 13 becomes a 3rd and inches. They'll go Robinson again, and he's got the 1st down to the 40-yard line. So 6 carries, 39 yards for James Robinson. He's been sharp.
Yes.
We look at Doug Peterson there, the created Doug Peterson. Very excited to see what Stefanski looks like, maybe even more than anything else.
Oh, yeah, no, if they fix only one thing in the game,
That's right.
It's got to be that.
Lawrence fires a strike across the middle, and he's got his receiver again. That's Christian Kirk with MJ Emerson on his back for a 1st down, and they are into Browns territory now. Again, appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy here, finishing up our 2023 season sim, which is essentially... we were seeing what the team could look like without Jacoby Brissett. They went 6-5 in 11 games with him. Actually, they went 7-5 in 12 games with him. And now Watson's 0-1. So the Brissett fans are back out cheering for him to get back in the game. No, I don't think that's true. But appreciate you hanging on to the end with us. We will try to smash this season to its conclusion, but we'll also do some preview stuff with the new game as we sort of, sit tight until the, regular season starts.
Yep. Make a bit of that transition. There was an interesting question. Speaking of the transition from Brissett to Watson, Dion was asking in the last sim, if Brissett plays at like an All-Pro level, and it's is incredible and wins a whole bunch of games for the Browns. Do you leave pull him to put in Deshaun, or do you continue with the hot hand?
That is an exceptional question, and it would have to depend on how they're playing, because if they were truly rolling, the teams that they would have been beating would be the Bills and the Buccaneers and the Bengals and after the first 4, it's murderer's row. So
right.
If he's got them like 9-2 or something, I really don't know if you could pull it.
Yeah, at the same time,
I'm sure that would be a conversation that they would have to have. They're all professionals and they understand how that works or whatever. But yeah,
I'm sure they have the conversation, but at the same time, even if he is playing that well, I think he's still thanking for the service. Put him back in the backup role only because Deshaun Watson you brought in and are paying to be the face of the franchise.
True.
That's the guy. So
for better or for worse, yeah.
Right. That's. You don't pay him $230 million to sit on the bench for a playoff run.
You're exactly right. And then hope that you can trade Brissett for a lot of assets in the offseason because of how well he balled out.
Right.
Tommy Togiai getting some pressure in the face, and Togiai will be the first one to get the sack for the Demolition Dogs. And that's going to be a 4th and goal. Great 3rd down sack. Togiai, normally more of a run-down player, gets in there on a 3rd down and pushes him all the way back.
Hey, Keith, welcome.
Look at him kind of there. He's sort of inadvertent little stunt, gets around Clowney, and therefore the guy that Clowney is that's blocking Clowney, and that gives Togiai a free run. Chance for the Jaguars to attempt a field goal to take the first lead of the day.
Don't bend but don't break here. As the Jags were putting together, a relatively efficient drive for the, second time. That's really 2 efficient drives they've had now. First one did come to a close a little bit earlier, and not a field goal attempt, but the second one kind of strung a little bit more together and ends in 3. Yeah, that really was rough. It was rough, Keith. That hurt.
Yes, I'm sorry I wasn't able to be on it. I was trying to watch from school, but, that darn teaching thing gets in the way sometimes. All right, here we go. New drive. Watson, boot action, right side. He'll fire back quickly across the middle. He's got Cooper wide open past the 30 to the 32. In the first completion of the day to Cooper. Goes for 17 and a first down, Browns.
Yeah, and such a technician he is there on his route running. He just creates all kinds of separation by his subtle head fakes and his ability to break at the top of a route in kind of that ankle breaking fashion. He's very good at that.
Indeed. Here's Watson now on a first down. Back to pass. Floats it right side. Got the Chief coming across on a nice dig route, and he'll be tackled by rookie this year, second-year player now, Devin Lloyd, the middle linebacker out of Utah. But another first down for the Browns now. 2.5 to go, first quarter.
There are a lot of Browns fans that were hoping that we'd pick him up.
Yeah, it just doesn't really fit the profile for a first-round pick. Watson, big throw, left side. He's got a man, he's underthrowing, but then somehow he gets past the defender. David Bell, you can ring his bell for a big touchdown, Browns.
Wow, talk about game speed. That just little burst just to get that extra step and run underneath it. You're going to see him take off here. He's actually kind of behind it when he first throws it. And then David Bell finds another gear and just passes him to go catch the ball for that touchdown. It was all in that last gear he had. Again, that doesn't show up in a 40 time necessarily, but you throw a ball up there and say go get it. He finds the gear and gets it done.
That was awesome. Yeah, it was like what catch-up speed or whatever they call that, where it's just all of a sudden like, oh, I'm gonna go get that ball now.
Well, that doesn't translate
right past the defender. Yeah,
that doesn't translate into run a straight 40. There's no ball there to be like I got to get to that, kind of a thing to make that happen. There's a psychology behind and that's even just having somebody to run against. Remember, in the combine, typically they're running by themselves. So running against air is a very different thing than running against a defender and having the ball in the air, and there's an extra layer to that. It's called game speed for a reason.
It is. Lawrence's first incompletion sails way over his sideline. 2nd and 10 now, 2:14 on the clock. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy joining you for Nagy on Sports. We are still simulating with Madden 22, finishing up this final sim season as a big out route to Evan Ingram, the tight end, and he'll get a first down 21 yards to the 41-yard line. So we will, as soon as it shows up in the mail and I get a free hour, because you always got to download the most recent update, blah, 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 blah. But we'll do our typical sort of out of the box, see what the Browns roster looks like completely, and then do a quick exhibition game with them as well before we launch into our franchise with them. We're already one preseason game behind, so we'll catch that up as well. So we'll sort of run both simultaneously until we put this 2023 sim season to bed. Robinson right side and filled nicely again by Delpit. He's been a factor in the run game so far, has Grant Delpit, those 61 yards for James Robinson already in the game. Back to pass now. Pressure coming from Miles. He's unblocked. He makes Lawrence throw early and incomplete as he tried to go up high for his receiver, but Greg Newsome right there, and pressure once again creating a bad throw.
Yeah, very well covered, and just that split-second difference of the pressure creating the early release is all that it takes.
Absolutely. 3rd down, and they'll get the completion for a first to James Robinson out of the backfield. You know what this kind of reminds me of, minus the wind and the snow? That playoff game with the Jags. We struggled with them early, remember?
Yeah, we did. You're very right. This does kind of have that feel to it, doesn't it?
They're the Chargers of last year's game.
Yeah.
we're like their young rookie-ish, almost, or like second-year quarterback pops as a superstar, and they just give us all sorts of fits for some unknown reason.
Right, kind of that frisky team that just shows up to play, kind of like the Lions do right now. But again, you're right with that kind of second year, more experienced but highly drafted quarterback that has the potential to be very good if he can get to the ceiling towards the ceiling. Which and I think Lawrence has the opportunity to do that. I think these Jags can be frisky, so they do have a good roster around them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it was just such an absolute. Here's a kind of a delayed handoff to Robinson, and JOK says, "You shall not pass." It was just such a nightmare with Urban.
Oh, yeah.
It was so bad so quickly. It's hard to really tell what they were supposed to be last year at all.
Right, that's right.
Lawrence will check this one out of bounds. And that's going to be a 4th and 8. They're going to set up a long field goal here. Andrew Mevis, he's going to be a rookie here in this season, real life. Arizona State, I believe, for Andrew Mevis, one of the other top kicking prospects behind Cameron Dicker and, of course, our boy, somebody say a 68-yarder today?
I think there was video of a 68-yarder, which is wow.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, B, welcome back in, and yes, I do believe that's probably more likely. You'll see more loaded boxes with Brissett at the
Certainly
helm.
more so than Deshaun.
But keep in mind also, we also have the best backfield in the NFL against loaded boxes. I mean, Nick Chubb is the best running back in the NFL against a loaded box.
It's true, he is. Somehow Deshaun's in the zone. I don't know how it gets him in the zone. He'll fire on the run over the middle. Caught by Cooper. No, they're going to say the ball comes out late. Incomplete.
Yeah, I thought he had that too, and would have potentially ruled that down by contact, but it comes out very late, and instead they say incomplete.
2nd and 10. Back to pass. Watson chucks it deep. He's got a man wide open. Kareem Hunt, are you kidding me? 5. Touchdown Browns. 85 yards. Somebody forgot about Reem.
They sure did. I mean, there was nobody even in the picture anywhere. I think we could have had 2 pictures side by side and still nobody. You're not going to see a single Jaguar in this entire replay because there they are, trailing by a good 20 yards. That's absolutely crazy how wide open he was. And Reem, I mean, he may as well be a wide receiver as good as his hands are. You leave him that wide open, he's going to get the job done every time, and Watson's not going to miss that.
No, good Lord. Yeah, that looked like one of those broken coverage touchdowns we gave up to the Chargers in real life.
That's right.
Early last year, where it was like, how in the world is somebody that open in an NFL game? Somebody messed up.
Yeah, miscommunication, or somebody rotated the wrong direction, or the handoff wasn't completed somewhere, or whatever it was. But yeah, there was absolutely no one.
Ball's out. Picked up. It's Isaiah Weston into the end zone. Touchdown Browns if it counts. If it stands.
I think it will, because this is a kickoff. All he's got to do is touch it, and it counts as a fumble. He doesn't have to have possession. So you have a kickoff. He touches the ball. That's immediately.
I just meant if he was down
when
he fumbled.
Yeah, right. No, they hit it out while he was standing. I mean, he popped him right there. See, the ball's already coming out.
Oh, there it is. All right, you're right. Good call. I just couldn't tell if his knee was down already.
Yeah, no,
How about that?
He was going backwards with, still upright with the ball flying back behind him. So no, he was definitely up.
Awesome play. How about that double dip? Seconds apart in Isaiah Weston. That might be his first NFL touchdown.
In our sim, it certainly is.
In the unlikeliest of ways, a scoop and score off of a kick. And now 1 minute and 33 seconds into the second quarter, the Browns suddenly find themselves leading 21-6. And guess who can't touch the ball as much anymore right there? 25. They're going to have to go away from the run.
And Where's Mason when you need him? He loves that kid.
I know he does.
Not that we don't. I think he is going to be very good, but
yes, we brought him back. Remember, he lost a year. We're going to get some maybe a holding call finally. It looked like Winovich got tackled on the way to the quarterback, and it is going to be a holding on that left tackle, Cam Robinson, former first-round pick out of Alabama a couple years ago, who has not really developed into the stud left tackle that everybody thought he was going to be.
No.
1st and 20. They will go Robinson up the middle, and the Browns are waiting for him. Clowney and Winfrey right there, 1 and 2 to bring him down. 2nd and 17 now for the Browns on defense. Shotgun look. Quick little tight end out route to the right side, and he'll be thrown to the ground quickly. Trevor Lawrence with a short completion. That's from, he's a rookie tight end, I think. Tyler, maybe? If I'm remembering correctly. Back to pass now. Pressure breaking down. He's going to step up in the pocket. Ball pops out! Where's it at? It's picked up! Winfrey! 10! 5! Touchdown, Browns! Back-to-back scoop and scores!
Well, that's a touchdown for your offense, a touchdown for your special teams, and now a touchdown for your defense. All 3 phases, all 3 touchdowns. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. The triple threat. And maybe I retract my statement. This is not the Jacksonville playoff game with the crazy wind.
No.
We just took a little bit of to wake up.
That's right. They did take a little while, but man, did they wake up in a hurry. 28-6, and don't blink it. You might miss it in this one.
Sheesh, indeed. 12:09 to go. Momentum pinned all the way to the right side. Browns leading 28-6. Sheesh.
Wow.
And the kick returner wisely this time just going to go ahead and take a knee there. That's the safest thing to do.
Yep.
After the previous one ended up in the end zone. All right, 28-6 now. Suddenly, Browns with a very comfortable lead. They'll run it again with Robinson, and Taven Bryan swallows him up and brings him down right at or near the line of scrimmage.
No, actually, Keith, I think he might have secured the roster spot only by virtue of the fact that Jakeem Grant is on the IR, and it's very likely that with the other things that he does, he's a Swiss Army knife. You know, it's all about how much can you do for a team, and because he can do so many things on special teams, let alone wide receiver and running back. And they also, wide receiver help is something that they're looking for. I think he's going to get predominantly time at the wide receiver position this year, and I do think he makes this roster.
Indeed. I didn't want to miss up that point. Rookie receiver here for the Jacksonville Jaguars. One Julian Fleming from the Ohio State Buckeyes caught that previous pass. So whoever made this draft class that I use thinks that he, in fact, will be healthy and ball out, and much like Olave and Wilson, get drafted pretty highly here. He's starting for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice.
Julian Fleming.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. 3rd and 12 now, just under 10 to go. First half, Browns with all the momentum and a big-time lead now. Lawrence evading some pressure now, firing right side short to Evan Ingram, and he'll be ripped down immediately by MJ Emerson, who is out there. Seeing him a little bit more and more in these defensive packages, it feels like.
Yeah, he has been in there quite a bit more.
Yeah, I feel like we're calling his name certainly more than we did, or maybe we're just noticing it now more because we saw him in real life once, and we're like, oh, that kid's good.
No, I actually think he has been in a lot more. I saw him very markedly on a lot of snaps. Got a lot of good plays too out of MJ Emerson. Good coverage, good tackles. So he was involved quite a bit in that last sim. So I think he actually is getting more snap count.
Well, I go say that because I wonder, because I got the coming back from injury, Greg Newsome, and that, so I wonder if maybe he got nicked and missed part of that game, and that's why you saw even more of Emerson in that Ravens sim.
That might have been why, yeah.
All right, they're going to give it to Kareem Hunt. He'll get himself a singular yard. Travon Walker, first overall pick, of course, in this year's draft, makes the tackle. This would be his 2nd year as a Jaguar. Back to pass now. Watson, who's going to leave the pocket to the left, to the 15. He'll tuck it 20, and now he'll slide down about the 25. 4 yards for Deshaun. 3rd and 6 for him now. He's in a shotgun. And back to pass, and now he's going to look left and fire left, and a bad throw or a bad route or just a bad cut or something coming out of the route, because that was pretty ugly, and here comes Bajorquez.
Yeah, certainly some kind of miscommunication between receiver and quarterback, as, obviously you don't expect to see a throw, especially a short throw like that, miss quite so aggressively.
Calvin Austin Jr., the kick and punt returner, rookie out of Memphis, makes that fair catch, or makes that catch and gets tackled at the 35. Here comes Lawrence, play action, he's back to pass, firing, floating right side, swatted away. Once again, MJ Emerson on some good defense. Nice PBU for him.
Sure.
Interestingly enough, all that I saw was the result of the Baltimore game, so I didn't know how it looked. So I went back to the original Nagy on Sports for Deshaun Watson playbook, which of course means now we're not running very much, but they do have a 28-6 lead.
Yes, they do.
3rd and 5, he'll fire it over the middle. That'll pick up 11, and a first down as Evan Ingram gets himself another catch again. The tight end coming over from the Giants in free agency before this real 2022 season. Lawrence at the midfield stripe. And now Lawrence is back to pass. And now he's going to run away, but so does Miles, and Miles is going to get home and rip him to the ground. Big sack for Myles Garrett. That is number 3-0 on this sim season, and the 3rd for the Browns on the day.
He's looking to break his own record.
Yeah, it's not unheard of. He's definitely had 4 and 5 sack games easily, and at this point 2 more 5-sack games, and he would tie the record, I guess. So he had 41, right, in our 2022 sim season, I believe.
Yes, either 40 or 41. I think it might have been 41 now.
3rd and 20. Maybe he gets another one here. Actually, looks like he's. Nope, he is. Yeah, no, he is in there. I just couldn't see his X factor behind Delpit. Lawrence steps up in the pocket, throws real short to Evan Ingram, and once again, MJ Emerson right there, and he'll knock him out of bounds way short. They get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Hey, Darnell, welcome in. Yes, another one. Still with Madden 22 in our 2023 sim season. Punt coming here, angling to the right side. Felton calls for a fair catch, or excuse me, Ford calls for a fair catch. So it goes out of bounds at the 7. Nice punt coverage there for the Jaguars. So now the Browns out onto the field here. 1st and 93 to go. In the gun, give it to Hunt. He's got a room left side. Stiff arm past the 10. He's got the 15. He's got the first down, and he'll go down at the 19-yard line. 12 yards. First down, Kareem Hunt.
That was a nice little run and a great stiff arm to just deny a would-be tackler. That was a great little run there from Kareem. Hey, Wendell, welcome.
Hi, Wendell. Give it again up the middle. This time it's Ream to the right side, and Kareem will kind of run in, and they're going to say the ball's out. I don't know if he was on the ground. We'll find out. I'm not going to touch the controller.
I think he was down here. We'll see. It seemed like it came out pretty late, though.
I agree. Devin Lloyd's going to be the one who comes up with the football, as it looked like Kareem kind of ran into the back of Anthony Schwartz. Still hard to see from those replays when the ball comes out, but it certainly looks like that knee was down. I ain't touching it. I ain't touching it.
Really hard to tell.
I'm not going to touch the controller and arbitrarily skip a booth review. Come on, do the right thing, Madden. And there we go.
Now let's get a better look, because we did not get a good camera angle on any of those looks so far. Hopefully we'll get a better look from the outside where you want it. Okay, that knee is down. I don't think... we'll see here.
I think he's
knee,
down.
ball. Yep, that's definitely...
I think that's down.
That's definitely down.
Again, if they do the right thing. Wendell, we're 7-6 in this sim. Tied in 3rd place and 1 tiebreaker, I suppose, out of the playoffs right now. 2nd and 6. Option. Keeper. He's got the left side, but then runs back to the middle for reasons unknown and takes a big shot because of it.
There was no one there. He had all kinds of space. No way does Deshaun cut that back up into traffic. That was silly.
3rd and 3, he's back to pass. Max protect with Hunt. Left side, fires, sideline. Caught, first down. David Bell to the 33-yard line. Yeah, B, it was awesome. We're pretty pumped about what we saw there.
Well, and that was the quarterback who he broke the ankles of, too. So, insult to injury.
As he's going to be sacked there by Clevion Chason. He kind of booted away from it initially, and then it was kind of like he didn't realize he was there, and he's going to end up taking the sack. Part of those QB pocket mechanics that we hope get cleaned up.
Yes, indeed.
In the new game.
Yes, indeed. As he would. He obviously sees the guy there, so why would you stop knowing he's right behind you?
I completely agree. Watson firing left side out of the backfield. Chubb breaks 1 tackle past the 30 and kind of pushes the defender to the ground. Torrance is the tackler. 3rd and 11 now, but we're going to have to wait till the 2-minute warning is over. Browns still leading big time, 28-6 here. Again, that scoring flurry, they got about 21 points in about 25 seconds of football, it felt like. Watson back to pass. Now he'll step up, firing right side. Caught on the sideline by Schwartz. And we're going to get a booth review, I guess, because it's inside of 2 minutes to see if he caught the ball, even though he's still short of the line. Yeah. He did catch the ball, so they're going to have a 4th and 6 instead of a 4th and 11.
Right, which just adds, a few yards to the punt, I guess. I mean, doesn't make much difference.
Yeah, it was a good catch by Schwartz, though. Good toe drag swag.
Yeah.
And I guess he had a crazy good throw and catch from Watson yesterday in the Eagles game.
Yeah, I got to see the clip of that. That was nice.
Yeah, Wendell, I mean, obviously, I'm not fortunate or unfortunate enough to have to listen to the Talking Head radio in Cleveland. We get it in Columbus, so obviously we get a good amount of Browns talk, but not a bunch. But that Jimmy G rumor has been out there for a long time.
I very much doubt it. There's so many reasons.
I just don't see it happening. I don't feel like he's that much of an upgrade over Brissett that would make a huge difference.
So here's the thing. First of all, he's got to will not be traded for. They're not going to spend assets to go get Jimmy G. It's not enough of a
without some
trade.
Sort of like sign and re-sign, right?
Right, but even so,
because they don't want to be stuck with his contract.
That, and they don't want to spend the assets on it, so they're going to have to wait until he is cut. If they wait until he's cut, that's going to be on the roster cut down day when they have to go to 53, which means we're like a week out from the season. Now you pick him up, he's got to learn the entire offense. His ball's out again.
Brian falls on it. I think that ball comes out.
I think
Strip sack from Clowney. There it is. Comes right out. Browns with their 3rd turnover of the first half. First and down in the red zone. Keep going.
So now you're talking about a week out from the season, and he's going to have to learn the entire playbook for the Browns. As it's not like a quarterback you can just be like, oh, I'll just play for a new team tomorrow. That doesn't, that's a process. So you're probably looking at a good solid 6 weeks of time to really settle him in, make sure he's ready. So you've got Brissett out there for that whole time anyway. So you're going to pick him up to play for 5 games, and at what value added? I mean, unless Brissett is just terrible, are you really going to swap him out for Jimmy G to play the last 5 of the suspension? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, and even if they traded for him today. Is he going to be ready for week 1 if he came to camp today?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, he wouldn't be. Not at the quarterback position. I mean,
he missed the entire install. He has no reason to know our playbook.
Yeah, maybe
sure, it's a similar scheme, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or, hey, on this one you play man. Oh, okay. Yeah. On this one you're playing 3rd zone. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1st and goal. Watson will roll left. Looks like he can run, or he'll throw it 100 yards out of bounds.
But in terms of how much you have to know, there is no position in football that needs to know more than the quarterback. Not a one.
Indeed. Watson, short throw right side. Harrison Bryant, he'll get just barely held out of the end zone. Here's a 3rd and goal from the 1-inch line. Abercrombie's first catch of the day.
And it's a side grade at best, too. It's just not an upgrade. I don't see it. I just don't see that being the case. So
they're going to throw. Blitz coming. Fires. End zone. Touchdown, Cooper. And that was the pass right there that we never saw from Brissett. Feels the blitz, gets rid of it quickly, touchdown. Brissett would have been sacked, and they would have kicked the field. Now, again, at 34, not 34-6, not a big deal. But in terms of the game that we saw with Brissett, that was a big, big knock on him.
It sure was. Absolutely.
Whether that's real or not, in the game, it's real.
Yep. Hey, welcome in, Larry.
Yep, a true doubleheader, Larry.
That's right. And this one going much more in the favor of the Browns as we had the triple threat touchdown scoring with the offense getting one, then the special teams 2 seconds later, and then a strip sack fumble return for a score for the defense to really
bang bang bang.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden we looked up and you blinked and it was 28-6.
Sure was. Lawrence now still 43 seconds to go. First half. They have all 3 of their timeouts. Trevor under center. He'll go back to pass. It's Brandon Lindner as the center. He'll go right side. Caught on the sideline. That's Julian Fleming there wearing number 3. Go Bucks. And Fleming pushed out of bounds at the 37. His second catch for a first down. Lawrence looking right. Going for Fleming again. Wobbler picked by the Ward, and it's some toe drag swag to boot. Wow.
Wow, indeed. That was a sweet little pick there as Denzel's going to stomp in his celebration But that was just awesome, as you're going to see a nice look at it here. A bit of a wobbly pass, but Denzel just plays receiver out there right in front of Fleming. Doesn't even give him a chance. Little Buckeye on Buckeye crime, but Denzel comes up with the better half of that one.
He sure does. Awesome play. His 8th of the season there. 1st and 10 now, Watson. They've got room to get into York territory, and he'll wisely throw this one away, save those minutes. Again, Brissett would have eaten that sack. They would have had to call the last time out. Slightly better game field awareness. Blitz coming right up the middle. Watch out. He shakes it off, and now he's trying to throw it away, but gets sacked again. Fatukasi and then Josh Allen combine on the sack, and I would assume that they'll just let this one go all the way down. Even York can't quite kick it from quite this far.
That's right.
Without some substantial wind aidedness. 35-6. Browns all over this one here in Cleveland. It's the Week 15 game in our sim. Flip the fields, and now the Browns will receive the football back. They've got all the momentum. Good time to just start running the ball. I think we've handed the ball off, twice times because of all of our defense and special teams touchdowns at this point.
Yeah, they haven't really needed to, but certainly with a score like this, you're going to be hopefully looking to melt off some of that clock. And obviously the best way to do that is to turn around and hand it off to your stable of running backs back there, all of which could be starters on most of these NFL rosters.
Yeah. And now, of course, the video has almost become a meme or a GIF or something, but the Jerome Ford juking out the Philadelphia Eagle guy yesterday, and then he
and he's hopping,
blows out the guy's knee. It was juked so badly.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
Yes, there was a special teams TD, Sean. It was a fumble on the kick return. We drilled the returner, and then Isaiah Weston scoop and score. And then, on the 2 plays later, the Browns had a scoop and score on defense as well.
Yeah, so we had a triple threat touchdown. Offense, then special teams, then defense, all back to back to back. What a great catch from DPJ. That was incredible.
It was an awesome catch as he goes full layout there for number 11. First down, Browns to the 44.
Yeah, and AWOC in support, showing his excitement for that play.
Little boot to the right side. Watson goes to the easy, quick option, and that is David Njoku for a short gain. Clock continuing to run. More boot action to the right side now. Short throw. He's got the Chief. Nice little block there. Sort of a little pick from Harrison Bryant, who thought he was maybe getting the ball thrown to him, and now he's going to sort of become the lead blocker. And another nice rack for David Njoku.
Yeah, to give you an idea, Sean, it all happened in the space of about, 15 game seconds total, where we had the touchdown, then the special teams touchdown, then the defense. Was
that the Kareem Hunt touchdown?
No, that was. Oh no, it was the Kareem Hunt, wasn't it?
So Kareem Hunt, 85-yard touchdown pass.
That's right.
Because nobody covered him. He was wide open.
That's right.
Ensuing kickoff, fumble, touchdown. Next kickoff, 3rd and long, scoop and score.
Right.
Touchdown.
So 3 plays later. So 4 total plays, I think, or 5 total plays of football and 3 touchdowns. So it's like a don't blink or you'll miss 21 points as it went from a 7-6 ball game to a 28-6 ball game, just like that.
It sure did. Here's Nick Chubb. This is just his 2nd carry, and we're in the 3rd quarter, so maybe I do need to go back to that other heavily starred running playbook, or at least go back to this playbook and star some more runs.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I do, is stick with this one, but then star some more runs.
Watson will roll right, fire back across the middle, incomplete as he kind of ran into Fatukasi, the middle linebacker. 3rd and goal now for Deshaun Watson. Yeah, even up 35-6, it's like, run the stupid ball.
Right. That's what they should be doing.
Watson. He's going to roll to the right now, fire back to the left, a missile. He's got Chubb, touchdown, Browns! Did he go to the right on purpose to draw the traffic with him? That was cool.
I think he did. I think that's exactly what happened. It looked like he was going for a pump fake out to the offside to make sure that Chubb was going to be uncovered on that little swing pass to the back. And that's just like, there he is, just a quick comeback. It was all set up. You saw the entire flow of the defense go with Deshaun, and then Chubb just sneaks out the back door, and Deshaun quick turn back and throw, and nobody even there to make a play.
he threw a missile, too. If he floats that thing over, that's enough time for the defense to get there.
That's right. That's right. Well executed.
Great throw. Wow, that was a cool play.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we'd seen that one before.
Nope, but I think they probably practiced that one a few times coming into this game, and it feels like they executed it very well.
Indeed, they did. All right, 42-6 now. This one has quickly gotten out of hand. Again, that aforementioned 3 touchdowns in about 25 seconds of gameplay was the factor here. They also keep turning the ball over. Here's a throw over the middle. Look at the jumping out of nowhere like Spider-Man for a pick, his second of the day. Wow.
Like a flying squirrel or something. I don't know. It's just wild. He just goes out and just finds a way to make just incredible picks. And you were talking about the turnovers, and he's just like, yep, here's another. And now right back in scoring position in a 42-6 ball game, and this is quickly going out of control.
Yeah, they're not even going to show us the replay. It's so old hat at this point. Firing, post, bell, touchdown, Browns!
Yeah.
You can ring his bell, his second of the game. Remember, the first touchdown of the game was David Bell.
Yep, so back-to-back-to-back scoring again. Well, actually, really just back-to-back here, but still, the quick strikes on really consecutive plays has been a theme of this ball game, as we had the 3. And now all we need is a quick special teams. Well, actually, I guess both of those were offensive touchdowns, but set up by that awesome Ward pick. A little bit more special teams juice to really to make this one fun for the offense, defense, and special teams again.
And yeah, you're right. At this, we make it another 70 burger, sort of an unconventional way. That 70-3 game we had just earlier this week was wild.
It was.
49-6 now, 10.5 to go in the game.
No,
in the third quarter. Gosh, just in the third quarter. I wish there was 10.5 to go in the game. I mean,
well, certainly the Jaguars wish there was 10.5 to go in the game.
Yeah, I think they do. Yep. They're going to stretch it right side. James Robinson. It was just crazy how well they looked in those first couple drives. They were moving the ball. I mean, he's got over 60 yards rushing on 13 carries, and then they just got smacked in the face. Bang, bang, bang. It started with Kareem Hunt, then the special teams, then the defense took over. We've since had another scoop and score from Perrion Winfrey. 5 turnovers, 3 of them into the end zone. That's a pretty easy way to win football games in the NFL.
Yeah. No, you'll win 100% of those kind of games.
Yeah, 3 special teams / defensive touchdowns. You better win those kinds of games. Robinson, again, he's up to 74 yards now, but they're running on 3rd and long, and now it's 4th and medium. Very interesting choices.
Yeah, they seem to be willing to run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're running the ball.
Watson's like, how am I going to make the Pro Bowl if I don't get some stats, I guess.
That's right. Two little seasons so far. I gotta earn something out of this season.
He is balling out. That's an interesting question that Wendell puts in there. You know, just kind of how long it might take for him to kind of get into rhythm. You know, and I know he gets to come back, halfway through? I think he gets to come back and start practicing.
So he'll have a month back at the facilities before he's allowed to practice again. So it happens in October, like October 4th, I think he'll have, or somewhere thereabouts. He'll be allowed back in the facilities, and then he's allowed
not to
back,
practice.
Right, not allowed to practice at that point. He'll be allowed to practice again come November. So basically, week 5 is when he's back at the facilities at least, and then he's basically 1 month later back practicing with the team for three weeks prior to his actual return.
Interesting. Right, right side on 3rd and 5. Weird flag is.
He went out of bounds. He was out of bounds. He was first to touch it.
Ah, the old illegal touching. Good call on David Bell. They're gonna decline the penalty, I guess.
The weird thing is that I don't think it was intended for David Bell. David Bell just made a better play on the ball.
Yes, I saw.
And forced the flag, because that would have been a reception. Not sure who the other receiver right there was, but Bell jumped the route on him. Almost looked like a pick the way he came out of bounds, but it wasn't a pick. It was just a just Bell making a nice play, but unfortunately resulting in a flag.
Yep. Looked like there was 2 other receivers. That was a wild play with so many darn receivers over there.
Yeah.
All right, Lawrence firing right side. A diving Warden, and he'll miss the ball this time. Caught and taken down immediately, Marvin Jones Jr.
Yeah.
He tried to get his 3rd, though.
He did. He's
got that dive. That's one of his superstar abilities, that acrobatic dive thing, and it's been the truth, man.
Yes, it has.
1st and 10, Jags now back to pass, 4-man rush. Miles pushing, kind of gets held, hits him as he throws, tipped up in the air and incomplete. Ronnie Harrison smothering the receiver on his way to the ground there. Ronnie was all over him.
He was, and I thought for a moment Denzel might pick up his 3rd right there, because he had an opportunity on the tip drill.
Absolutely, there was. Here's a little slant to the right side. Warden right in there again with Fleming. Are we going to get a face mask maybe at the end of this one? He sort of went down awkwardly. And that's exactly what it is. Grant Delpit, the culprit there, unfortunately, and that's going to give him another 15. 1st down for the Jags at the 33 now. Unfortunate. Lawrence passing again, back to pass, firing left side, swatted away by Greg Newsome, the nuisance, on the out route to Christian Kirk.
Yeah, nice little play there. It takes a bit of a risk getting a little bit shallower on the route to try to knock that one away on the angle, because if he doesn't make that PBU, then the receiver's got lots of room to run with nobody there to make a tackle. But it pays off in that case, and he's able to knock it away.
Absolutely. Another 1st down and a little flag route, little slant concept from Evan Ingram, and now Lawrence will fire it out of bounds, feeling those footsteps. Appreciate everybody being on. Phil Nagy, Kit Nagy on Sports. We appreciate all of our subscribers. We're continuing to push towards 1,000. We're up over 840 now, nearing 850, which is just wild as Lawrence fires for the end zone, and it's picked again. This one's going to be, I can't tell.
Ward again.
It is Ward again. Holy smoke. 3 picks for Denzel. He was out of the zone and probably back in it now. Wow.
That's right. That was awesome. Just really, I don't think Lawrence saw him just sitting there in kind of a robber position, just waiting for the ball. He's like, please throw it my way. Please. Oh, here we go. He just took it right away.
He sure did. I was just checking. 8:45 is what we're at with our subscribers. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. We really do appreciate it. Let's see if we can just run the ball for a while. Here comes Chubb up the middle, and he'll get stuffed right at the line by Travon Walker, the aforementioned 1st-round pick.
Well, they shouldn't just
First overall pick.
They shouldn't just be running the ball. They should be running the ball after having ticked the play clock all the way down to 2 seconds every play here. Because at a 49-6, that you should long since be in shoot clock.
I know. That's just interesting. I'm not sure when they officially make that move. I know 2-minute drill, they won't actually start until you're in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's silly.
Maybe we have to get to the 4th quarter or something. I don't know.
They just need to stop calling it 2-minute drill and call it 4-minute drill, because that's really what it is in the NFL.
Yes, it is.
Ooh,
Watson's going to take off. Big run, 40, 35, 30. Get down, kid.
Yeah,
takes a big hit at the end of it, but a huge run for a 1st down.
Yeah, sneaky through the pocket there. Just found some daylight and ran to it, and then really nobody there in a position to make a play on him. So he got all kinds of extra yards after the fact. Just want him to avoid the contact at the end.
Yeah, Wendell, there is a difference, and that's why, for better or for worse, love him or hate him, and as a blumbering of an idiot as he sometimes can be when he opens his mouth, Jimmy Haslam was pretty clear yesterday. Would you do it again? Yes. I believe in second chances. He's an elite quarterback and he's 26 years old. That's why we're doing it. At least he was honest. He didn't say all of the PC things that maybe we would have wanted him to say, but there's a touchdown to Donovan Peoples-Jones. But bottom line is he's an elite athlete. He's 26 years old. And made some questionable decisions, mistakes, and they're trying to let him move on past that. I wish he wouldn't just continue to sit there and stand on his innocence, but just shut your mouth and play football at this point, please.
Yep. And
so
again,
it can go away.
It will go away. It's just a matter of time, especially once he
Yep.
starts winning football games, and that's really what's going to make the difference. So we are soon to be 8-6 here, Larry, after this presumptive win. You can't imagine the Jaguars are likely to come back from that.
I would assume there's no 50-point comeback in store here.
Not even in Madden.
Not even in Madden. That is for sure. You know what? Maybe we just go to coach mode and I put it in chew clock and then call a bunch of run plays.
There you go. That'd do it. And then not snap it until 2 seconds on every play.
Correct.
There you go.
Yes, I'll do that.
That's a good call.
The exchange might be if I have to call a throw, he won't move. Just remember, he won't move in the pocket.
Right. But again, that'll continue to run the clock.
That's true. Sacked 42 times. Looks like the Browns are going to challenge this out route, actually. Not sure if it's a good challenge or not, but Julian Fleming, the rookie again, he's had a nice game.
It's out. It's a good challenge.
That second one looks like it's out, but are they both down there? I think he might have had those
if he
toes
had
down
possession,
when he caught it.
he might have. If he had possession, it's going to depend on when they determined that possession occurred.
And they're going to give him the first down up to the 43, so his catch counts. Browns lose a timeout. First and 10 for Trevor Lawrence. Back to pass one more time. Little swim, kind of held again, and Miles will knock him down right after he throws. He's going to dump it off to James Robinson for 5. Second and 5 now. The give is to Travis Etienne, left side. Big hole. First down, 45 into Browns territory, and JJ3 is right there. I haven't had to call JJ3's numbered a lot today. They haven't gotten to the safety level often. Which is, I guess you saw his 5 tackles, but that's what you want from your safeties. We've been calling Grant Delpit's name a lot, but that's been in the run game.
That's right.
Back to pass now. Pressure coming. 3 different Browns break 3, and it's a trio, a sandwich. And Lawrence goes down. Looks like Taven Bryan will be one of the ones credited. Clowney and Garrett were also there.
Is there such a thing as a third sack? Because that felt like a third of a sack each.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how they'd score that.
Second and 23, and the right tackle a little bit nervous about Miles in the zone, so he will jump. What else do you want? Every NFL football says they're going to win the Super Bowl, right? That's their goal. That's why you play the game. So I'm not surprised that they said it. I wouldn't necessarily agree with it.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if that were to happen.
Yeah, go make that. Go put 100 soft-earned dollars on that and prosper.
Well, if it happens,
21.
which I think there's a reason why the odds are going to be what they're going to be, that you're going to get on that bet.
Ooh. Wobbler thrown by Etienne and then taken down by Wusu Koromoa, but Miles made it happen once again. End of the third quarter. And again, I need to be very careful because you know that I am a giant Baker Mayfield fan, so I do not want to slander him.
No.
But preseason practice Baker Mayfield, wait till he has to play behind that line and see what it actually looks like. Before just jumping to those kinds of giant conclusions.
Right. Well, and I know that line has been retooled. There's some definite optimism that it can be much better than it has been in the past. But, I think Run CMC being healthy is a big part of that offense succeeding. We'll see if he can manage to do that. I think there's a lot to be said about, an offensive line learning to play as a unit. That takes some time to really gel as an O-line, so, we'll see how quickly they can manage that. So they've got a lot of obstacles to overcome if they want to actually make a Super Bowl run. I'm not saying they can't do it, but it's definitely a long shot.
Right. Welcome in, Mike. Yes, 2 games in a day today. That doesn't happen a lot, but it's happening today.
That's right.
And we appreciate you watching from all the way in Bangkok? Is that what I saw earlier?
Bangkok, yep.
That's awesome. Here's Chubb. Big hole left side, 30 to the 35, and he's got a nice run there before Rashard Torrance brings him down. And he said he just found the channel today for the first time, right?
Yeah, that's what he said. Which
I'm curious how you found it. Yeah.
We're excited to have you.
Absolutely. If you haven't noticed, we're excited to have you. Excited about all of our subscribers,
That's right.
to be honest.
That's right.
All right, as you can see here, we have gone to some chew clock mode and some old school coach mode, which we used to run pretty regularly, which just means that I call the play and then have to snap the ball, but I'm not doing anything else post-snap, except that we discovered, unfortunately, that it's very broken right now.
Yeah, quarterback will just stand there.
Literally just stand there and take a sack. Or throw
50,
it.
Yeah,
but
it's 50-50. He'll stand and take the sack and not move at all, which is not like Deshaun Watson, or he'll throw it.
Very cool. He grew up in Cleveland. Well, welcome. We're super pumped to have you joining us, and we've got a lot of other Sims backlogged if you'd like to catch up. But otherwise, we appreciate you being here, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe and join us for the 2022 adventure that will be the Real Browns.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
So this will be the only time that he actually moves in the pocket. Seeing he'll just stand there, but at least he's going to deliver an open ball on the sideline. Did he get his feet in? Peoples-Jones
yes,
looks like he did. Let's go.
Nice catch for him. Nice throw, but he was wide open.
Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
Get in the weight room.
Chubb up the middle for a couple of yards there. As we continue to try to... Yeah, no, I get that, Mike. I understand. But they'll always be there. They stay on YouTube forever.
Yep.
But in terms of joining us live, I get that. We had one of our early subscribers was in Indonesia, and it was similarly real hard for him to watch. One of our mods is in London, England, so
yep.
Pretty wild, actually. The cool internationalness of Cleveland Browns football fans.
That's right. Backers all over the world. World's team, as Nathan Zagura and Bo.
That's right. That is exactly right. World's team. I'm going to go for it because I can.
That is the beauty. The situational football here, allowed by coach mode, is certainly something else.
And I can also audible and hot route and stuff like that. Yep. And Hunt will get the first down. Yeah, I saw that, Wendell. Absolutely bonkers. And it'll be weird to see the Big Ten on CBS. But, they made the SEC a national brand. Everybody's got CBS. So I think that part's pretty cool. They've got some iconic football voices. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. And they did see. I guess the interview will air. It was like a Real Sports with Brian Gumbel thing, and it'll air shortly. But they were talking with Kevin Warren, and he said basically 20 is going to be where we end up. So we'll see, what that fully turns into.
Yep. Certainly still some shakeups to come, but it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out in the end. I still think Notre Dame if they're smart, will join the Big Ten. I think.
Well, they said they just redid their deal with NBC to remain independent, so they're still not going to make that much money, or as much money.
I didn't see that. That's
they'll feel really good about themselves being independent.
That to me seems like a big mistake for them, because the Browns the Big Ten can just basically take all of their rivals and refuse to let them play them.
Yeah, I don't know if they would ever get to that point, but yeah, you're exactly right. Especially when you start to get like USC in there, who usually plays them every year, those kinds of things. So.
Yep, Stanford is another one that could join the Big Ten and is typically played by Notre Dame. Then you've got Michigan is already in the Big Ten. I mean, so it's a lot of revenue that Notre Dame is used to enjoying that they're just not going to get out of those big games anymore.
You're right. That's a good point. I don't know if they could and would flex their muscle like that. Like, fine, you don't want to join us? That's cool, but you're not playing any of our member schools anymore.
I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they might not, but I mean that to me seems like that's how you convince them to join. But I guess if they've already renewed their contract, that maybe that ship has sailed, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. That's awesome, Mike. Yeah, I actually am guilty of watching some of the more fun games back while I am also on like the elliptical or the treadmill or something.
Yeah.
It's good workout fodder.
It is.
So we got like 7.5 minutes off the clock before going into the end zone. That was pretty good, right?
That is way better than they had been doing. That's a big improvement.
We'd shoot the heck out of the clock as the Browns now 63-6 via some coach mode.
Well, and it still,
John, welcome in.
Still very well may end up being a 70 burger at
That's true.
It's all done and said.
we could get ourselves another defensive score here.
Yeah,
John, definitely make sure you go back and watch. There was about 20 seconds of game time spurt where the Browns scored 3 touchdowns, an 85-yard single shot to Kareem Hunt. Then the ensuing kickoff was fumbled, returned for a touchdown. Then I think the next defensive snap was a fumble return for a touchdown as well.
Yep, and so the triple threat, all 3 phases getting in on the scoring action. It was a lot of fun. About 4 or 5 actual snaps of game reps that turned into 21 points, went from a 7-6 ball game to a 28-6 ball game, and you blink your eyes, you'd have missed it.
Indeed. Yes, John, we are currently in coach mode controlling offensive plays because they were refusing to run the ball and get into chew clock mode, so I manually put them in chew clock mode and basically just called a bunch of run plays, and we took about 7 minutes off the clock before scoring that last touchdown.
Yeah.
But yes, you'll have to go back and find it. It was right, like the beginning of the second quarter? Somewhere around then?
It was in the first quarter, I think.
I thought it was the second quarter because we were going right to left, and the first touchdown was David Bell left to right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, somewhere near the quarter break from first to second is where it happened.
Yep.
But yes, it was very much if you blink or if you scroll too far, you'll be like, whoa, 7-6, 28-6. Because it went that fast. Lawrence still slinging the rock. He's almost at 300 yards here. Browns leading 63-6. Try to keep him out of the end zone. Pitch the end zone touchdown shutout if possible. There's another throw to the rookie Julian Fleming. Go Bucks. Expecting nice big things from him. Wendell, probably not a third game. What I will say is if the target delivery app was not incorrect, and it does show up at some point today, and I get it all up and installed, I'll do like a quick intro video, which involves talking through the roster, and then usually like doing an exhibition sim, or maybe I'll run the Jacksonville preseason game or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Hey Sam, welcome in. Wow, yep. I'm assuming you're wowing because of the Browns leading 63-6. It's been an awesome game for sure.
Yeah.
All 3 phases scoring touchdowns. Lawrence with some time, firing right side, caught. Warden misses it, and Marvin Jones is into the end zone and a touchdown. That's the plan, John. I'm going to try to finish it. If the Browns make the playoffs, which right now they are like the first team not in at this juncture. Now I don't know what happens the rest of week 15. We'll go through here at the end of the game and figure it out. But yes, I would still like to try to finish this one if the Browns make the play. I'm not going to do the playoffs if they're not in. No offense to the other teams, but
not with Madden 23 out there.
Yeah, the point was primarily to see what we looked like with Brissett, and in 11 games we went 6-5, albeit against different teams. Actually went 7-5 with him over 12 weeks, and I think if he goes 6-5 this year, you are
I think you're happy
as possible.
Yep, you're happy with that.
Because that means that you're,
In
That
a shot
means
to make the playoffs.
you're getting the 4 that you need to get at the beginning. That you got to get at the beginning, and then it just that 5 through 11 are just murderer's row.
Yep.
Even with the chew clock mode in the last drive, Chubb's only going to end up having like 16 carries.
Yep.
Which still feels kind of bonkers to me.
It does.
But we appreciate you being on with us. I think you can. I haven't tried it yet. I think there's also a trial mode of it. But I know it's a heck of a lot cheaper than Sunday Ticket is.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of, it's like $4 a month or something, right? For NFL Plus?
It depends on which version you go with. It's like $80 for a whole year premium, I think, and then it's
okay, but that's still way cheaper than Sunday Ticket,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's like 30. Yes, it is. $30 for the non-premium single payment for the year, and I think the premium gives you like the playbacks for the local broadcast plus the all 22 and all that stuff. Now, real time, NFL Plus does not allow you to watch anything but the preseason for the actual game. So like you can't, you only can watch them back after the fact once it's all been done.
So you don't get to watch any games live. You just get to watch.
Except for the preseason.
You just get to watch replays.
Right, preseason.
Interesting.
Yeah, preseason you get to watch the games live with NFL Plus, but but the rest for the regular season you have to have some other service or ability to watch the game either in market or out of market, depending. But it will let you watch them back, and then you can watch the all 22. You can watch the condensed version. You can watch the full game if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously without commercials. But it's not going to be live.
Gotcha. Yes, I'm a petty kid, and I'm trying to score 70 points. 2 seconds left in the game, and I'm going 5 verts, baby. Watson back to pass, hit as he throws, end zone, incomplete. Ball game. 63-13 will be the final one. This was fun. Appreciate you being on. Yes, we're glad you made it too, John. Sorry, we're not as efficient with the Discord notifications today, that's for sure. But we got them both in again, trying to slam it in quickly. Quickly, statistically, 33 of 47 for 317, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions for Mr. Horseface Trevor Lawrence. I think he kind of looks like a horse. James Robinson, 21 for 85 today. He was solid. Travis Etienne, 3 for 12. Leading receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 10 for 118 for Ingram, 6 for 29 for Kirk, 5 for 25, 5 more for Jones, 5 for the rookie, 57 yards. That's Julian Fleming out of Ohio State. Their line was not super great, even though they had a rookie, Clay Webb, rookie out of Georgia. He gave up 2 sacks. Devin Allen and Olakun, the middle linebacker, both with 10 tackles here today. They were able to muster 3 sacks today, and 2 of them were by Calavian Chason and a half for Allen, and Fatukasi, the nose tackle. They did not intercept Mr. Watson today. So, on the Browns side of things, statistically speaking, how about a 150.8 quarterback rating? 26 of 35 for 397 and 6 touchdowns with no interceptions for Deshaun Watson. That'll play. 16 for 84 on the ground for Chubb. He got into the end zone, 8 for 24 and 3 for 38 scrambling for Deshaun Watson. Through the air, Donovan Peoples-Jones, leading receiver, 5 for 97 and a touchdown, 5 for the Chief, 4 for Cooper, 3 for Hunt, 3 for Bryant, 3 for David Bell, and 2 touchdowns for him. He was efficient. 2 catches for Senior Chubb as well. The 2 sacks were given up, interestingly, by your 2 All-Pro guards. Leading tackler today, John Johnson III with 14, 11 for MJ Emerson. Look at that, 11, including 8 solo tackles for MJ Emerson.
Wow.
11 tackles for JOK as well. They were able to get into the backfield 5.5 to 6 times here. Miles with 2, 2 for Clowney, 1 for Togiai, and then a half for Taven Bryant. And then, of course, Denzel Ward picking him off all 3 times. He was nasty, was the Warden. So that will do it for this particular game. Appreciate everybody being on. Yes, Kit's chatting with the folks about the Discord. You can easily join us on our Discord channel. That's where you'll get heads up on when we're going to sim, at least when we remember to do it. And you can also chat with us between things. And you can also chat with us during real-life Browns games in real time. That's a fun option on the channel as well. Final score was 63-13, a real big beatdown. As promised, let's advance the week. Oof, the Chiefs are waiting for us in week 16. And then we'll see what the playoff picture looks like here for us. And it's still us on the outside looking in. So right now the Titans with that first seed, the Chiefs would play the Ravens. So right now the Ravens must have won, and at 8-6 they own the tiebreaker over us after beating us twice. Bengals leading the North over the Raiders, and then the Patriots, the leading AFC East team, with the Steelers in there as well. Cowboys with the first seed. How about the second seed? Panthers with Baker. So there you go. And there we are again with 3/4 of the NFC South in the playoffs. Vikings the 3 seed with the Giants again, and then 49ers and Saints. So that's what it looks like now. Appreciate everybody being on with us. This one was a fun one. If we, yes, we got swept again by the Ravens and by the Steelers and by the Bengals, actually. Are we 0-6 in the division and then won all the other games again? That may be what had happened. That would be bonkers. Actually, I think maybe we only played the Bengals once. We'll have to go back and watch, but that's a good question. Anyway, appreciate you being on. Thanks for Kit for helping out with this one as well. Stay tuned to the Discord. As soon as the new Madden gets here, if it does get here today, we will do a drop right out of the box video and see how it goes. Thank you so much to our subscribers. You guys are the best. Did we beat the Bengals by 70 points? Oh, that was the first time. You're right. I think we did, and then we lost to them again. Wendell, good call. All right, anyway, they're all starting to run together. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Kid, anything else to wrap this one up?
No, I mean, obviously we saw all 3 phases really huge in this game. That incredible. If you get the chance, I was chatting about it, but the back-to-back-to-back, all 3 phase, that was a lot of fun. Kareem Hunt just being absurdly wide open on a bomb.
Absurdly.
And then followed immediately by a special teams touchdown, scoop and score on a fumble, and then then a strip sack fumble on a 3rd down for a scoop and score to follow. It was you blink and look up, and the score went from 7-6 to 28-6, just like that. So it was incredible.
And they never looked back from there for sure. So.
Right.
All right, for Kid out on the left coast, Phil here in Central Ohio, we are Nagy on Sports. Thank you guys so much again. And, yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go